Oh, I think we got it.
Okay, I think okay. We have experienced some technical difficulties. We believe,
but now
that
the
they
microphone is working. Yes.
Let's do this. And good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
How you doing?
So I'm good. Somehow I think it's from you banging the table, but I keep creeping out of frame. And I know you're not moving the camera.
At least not intentionally.
Oh.
I mean, I suppose we could get a wider angle lens, but...
We could. Actually, it occurs to me, we're at the point now where, I don't know that substantial is exactly the correct word, but we do have a sizable collection of lenses and cameras now that, yes. Theoretically.
Yes, we do.
Theoretically.
You know what, though? I mean, we're on a Logitech webcam for this. Like, we own 4K video cameras. I mean, like, each of us individually. I own over a dozen cameras now. And in fairness, some of those are like GoPros and things like, well, which are still 4K cameras. But I hate to use those for this because it's so convenient to have them ready to run out the door and go do a production, which I'm going to be doing in a few hours anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, so before we get rolling on the Me More Monday.
Yeah, let me get the chat back up so we can see who drew first blood. Megan.
Oh, it's always nice when a cute girl goes first. That's a winner.
Indeed. And hey, Blackburn, good to see you back. Good to see you back.
So, and now before we get started, I may or may not be here tomorrow morning.
Oh?
Yeah. Buddy, I don't know how tonight is going to go. I'm either going to go to bed real upset or I'm going to go to bed real happy. It's the national championship. Kickoff is at 8 o'clock.
Oh.
And
sports ball. Yes.
Look, okay, sports ball. Har, 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 har. It's easy to make that joke.
It is. I don't even have to know I don't even have to know any more about your particular sports ball than it's sports ball.
Yeah, well, anyhow, because of the particular things regarding football, honestly, man, if for no other reason, just once, watch a football game and consider the philosophical metaphysics of time and realize that a football game is only 60 minutes of play. It's only supposed to be an hour long.
Right.
But they're on
it's 3 hours.
Well, and a game like this is probably going to be 4. Right? So
1 hour per 15-minute quarter?
Yes. Yeah, you wonder how that could happen. So, well,
No, I've sold advertising.
But anyhow, like, Polytech's not even doing a show tonight because Danny's like, nah, but no. I'm not Polyteching. I'm Georgia Bulldogging.
Hey, Alex, you want to do a show while our two knuckleheads are off watching sports ball? Because, I mean, okay, I got nothing against people watching sports ball. It's just not my thing. It doesn't
and yet
blow
you
my
call
skirt
it
up.
sports ball.
Well, I'm not, like I said, I mean it. Like, basketball, football, baseball. It doesn't curling. I don't care.
There's not a ball in curling.
It's ball-like.
No, it's puck-like.
It is as similar to a ball as a football is to other balls.
Football is still a ball. It's right there in the title. Football. Yeah, National Socialists are still socialists. It's right there in the title.
What, our definition, are balls not round?
Football's still round. It's just, it's ovalish.
Is an egg a ball?
No, it's an egg. It's right there in the title.
That's correct. And a football, similarly, is egg-shaped.
Well,
it should be called foot egg.
That means you can't... That means you can't make fun of hockey that way, because hockey doesn't have a ball either. It's got a puck.
This is true.
And I don't care what you say. I know hockey games are fun to go to. It's the only sport where...
They are fun to go to. And don't get me wrong, I like going to a ball game or hockey. When I was a kid, we used to go watch the Portland Pirates in Maine, and it was awesome. Hand egg. How about head egg? That would be soccer and messy.
Anyhow, we used to go watch the Pirates.
Anyway, speaking of messy, let's get on to the story today.
Oh yes, Meme More Monday, and it's we are talking about the walking meme that is Alexandria Ocasio Cortez.
Yeah, the Congressional Donkey Show.
And why did I roll the R on the wrong spot? Well, because I'm trying to sound stupid like AOC. Did it work?
Well, it was close. And you hear the rolled R's from people trying to pronounce her name with the Spanish accent or whatever to be more culturally appropriate. Did she have any double R's in her name?
I don't think so. And it reminds me of the people that like go to like an Italian restaurant and they're like, I want bruschetta, and you're like, no, dude, it's bruschetta. Just you want toast with olive oil and tomatoes. Like that's what you want. Okay, just. Oh.
But yeah, there are no double R's in the name, so there's nowhere there. She has only R's, no R's.
Fair enough.
So, are the stairs squeaking?
I just thought I heard a noise, but I don't think we're being invaded.
Okay,
no,
fair enough.
Not currently.
And we'll start with this one. Ron DeSantis didn't do his job. She's just mad because she can't date me. So, she just got a bunch of grief. And quite fairly, quite rightly so, because she ran away to Florida. Like many illegal immigrants, she ran from her oppressive, dangerous, and poverty-ridden home of the Democratic People's Republic of New York, and jumped the border into Florida to try and steal some of that good old-fashioned American freedom.
Well, a side of sunshine and margaritas.
Hell yeah. And
I don't blame her.
Drag show. I don't either. If I was a dyed in the wool commie having to live with the consequences of my votes, decisions, and personal choices, I would also be trying to, make the unreasonable assent to enter someone else's free land and steal from them as much of the liberty and prosperity as they had managed to generate with. Literally centuries of doing things not the wrong way, you nubby-nosed shitburger.
Well, look, I'm not even a socialist, and I totally get it. No, let's go to Florida and have an adult beverage on the beach. Nice and ice cold to counterbalance that super hot sun. But you got to be careful about how far you go with it, because alcohol has a tendency to make you feel like the internal temperature is rising.
I thought you were going to make a joke about flotation devices.
Oh, I could, but that's too easy. But apparently,
poor AOC, her rack's not big enough for a Barrett M99, and it's not nice enough to hang a Sanji or Winchester on either.
Yeah, it's not bad though. Like, have you seen the video? I assume you've seen the video of her dancing.
Yeah, she's a perky little co-ed.
Yeah, that's what she is. That's the description we're gonna go with for AOC. She is a perky little co-ed.
I mean, have you seen her teeth? There's a reason that the description of this video says the Congressional Donkey Show, Alexandria Ocasio Cortez.
See, when you say donkey show, that's not the imagery that I get. And I don't even want to talk about the imagery that I do get. Let's suffice it to say, somebody could misinterpret your words as a threat against the Congresswoman.
Oh, no, just an observation. I happily married. I have no interest in this tube sock of a human being. Boston Strong, God love you.
You know what? I got to give this guy credit, all right? We've explained to him multiple times we don't really talk about video games all that much, and yet he just keeps coming back on and asking us about video games. That is grade A trolling right there. I have to respect it. I really do. I have to absolutely respect it.
I tell you what, Boston Strong, if I'm up for it after my shoots today, if I'm playing some Cyberpunk 2077 this evening, I might just go live while I'm playing. Just for you, baby. And you better tune in.
Watch, he's going to be one of our responsible viewers that's like got a job and stuff. And it's like, no, I can't.
Oh, God, no, not jobs.
Not responsibility.
And if I'm not feeling up to Cyberpunk 2077, maybe I'll throw you a little Magic the Gathering online arena.
So I see it on the right hand side, and we're about to transition over.
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about that yet. Let's put a pin in it until the last couple of minutes. We'll close on it.
All right.
So it's the agony of the feet. Progressive lightning rod rep Alexandria Ocasio Cortez, Democrat from New York, because nobody saw that coming. I wonder if Sotomayor is a big AOC supporter, because the wise Latina woman.
Sure.
Speaking of wise Latina woman, fuck Ted Cruz for calling us a bunch of terrorists.
Yeah, damn it, you're the one who said we were going to talk about something different today.
I know. And we'll get back to that later. This, however, is...
I'm not a terrorist. I wasn't at the Capitol.
No, but...
No, see, but that's... It's not the same thing.
Says intelligent people.
I was just making
Jobs are for communists who don't value the dollar. And that, Boston Strong, is why I have contracts.
Okay. So.
Oh. I'm having a hard time staying on the actual topic this morning. Largely because I'm in a good mood.
Morning?
I woke up. Well, fair. But hey, I fixed the fucking washing machine yesterday.
And there's your F-bomb over a washing machine.
No. I dropped one earlier. I said fuck Ted Cruz.
Oh, that's right. I guess that one just like went right through because
Someday.
I guess that
fighting.
I guess that one went right through because, man, like Ted Cruz, are you trying to lose what should be a throwaway election? Because this is how you lose what should be a throwaway election. Like, yeah. I mean, so we recently went to Florida, where Republicans developed an obsession with Riley's feet. Ocasio Cortez said in a video posted on the stories section of her Instagram account. So give them what they want, the lawmaker added as she panned her phone's camera down to squeeze Riley Roberts' shoes. The hubbub of... I haven't read this article yet. This is so cringy. I can feel IQ points evaporating.
The only visibility I had on Homeboy's feet
was when I told you.
Well, and even that was just that Ocasio Cortez started talking about them. Like, nobody cared about this guy's ugly ass feet.
Well, no, that was the joke.
But you made mention of it last week, and I said something about how, you know what, guys, go get a pedicure. It's hard to beat that foot rub. It really is.
Well, no, that was where the original meme came from. Is that in the infamous picture of her and her boyfriend sitting there, like he is wearing sandals, and you can see the bottoms of his feet, and they were slightly dirty. So people were saying, making all sorts of jokes at both of their expenses, including like dudes even got ugly man feet. How she made the leap to everybody wants to have sex with me from that is, I mean, again,
yeah,
it's like. I understand that the deviancy of the left confuses you about how sex works. But even that, I'm like, I don't think you understand, like, anything. Of course, it could just be that's how the left is. In particular, the socialist psychotic wing, what Styx would refer to as the leftoids. Like, reality is optional for them.
Shot striker, heyo!
The hubbub about Oh, you turned it off.
Oh, yeah, but you can read.
The hubbub about Robert's feet stepped off last week when... Okay. Whoever wrote this article has children. I'm certain of it. Because this is like dad joke, dad joke, dad joke. Okay. The hubbub about Robert's feet stepped off last week when he and Ocasio Cortez were photographed sitting maskless outside Miami Beach sushi restaurant as New York City was undergoing a record-setting surge in coronavirus cases fueled by Omicron variant.
Omicron!
I know, right? More maskless images of Ocasio Cortez appeared Sunday in which she was seen partying at a packed drag bar as the Empire State extended its vaccine mask policies until February 1st because of the spike in cases. The pro-vaccine, pro-mask Ocasio Cortez was slammed for her rules for thee but not for me approach to vacation. Some mocked her for enjoying a taste of freedom in the Sunshine State, where Governor Ron DeSantis has opposed widespread vaccine and mask mandates, but the dogs really came out. Stop it. When Steve Cortez, a former Trump campaign advisor, called attention to Robert's choice of footwear while at the sushi restaurant. And this is one of the pictures that got passed around. Okay, so you can't even see a whole bunch of his feet. It's just, but they're there in the picture, and then you can kind of see more of them. Like, look, it's just a fact, okay?
Okay, look, forget his feet. Here's the thing that so she's now been diagnosed. She popped pot for COVID. She failed the whiz quiz, guys. So AOC is sick. And look, we've talked on this show before about the vulgarity of celebrating the deaths on the left, and more recently I have softened on the idea of, we actually should begin to celebrate tragedies that befall the enemy. But like I hope AOC recovers. I'm sure she'll be fine. She's young, she's relatively healthy, she is not a high risk category for COVID. Because numerically she shouldn't already be dead just by getting too old, which is who dies from COVID by a broad majority. And frankly, I don't want to see anything happen to AOC. She is the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah,
I would be thrilled to watch her continue to be an albatross around the neck of the left for decades to come.
Yeah, when I heard she was getting primaried in her district, or maybe even it was I forget, maybe it was even a Republican that was going against her, that was actually starting to raise money. I'm like, no, don't do that.
Right, I'm actually a little concerned. And Alex points out, yeah, she's triple vaxxed and boosted and all that. She's like the opposite of vulnerable to COVID, theoretically. And she got the bug. But here's the thing I want you to really understand. She went down to Florida in a move of blatant hypocrisy to escape New York. And what she did there is evil. AOC not wearing a mask while in large crowds is an act of intentional, malicious evil. Because it is either the case that she has been involved in pushing politically for for mandates where she does not herself believe that the virus is actually a threat. And so she has gone out of her way to cause harm. Or it is the case that she does believe that the masks are important and that the virus is dangerous and deadly. And she has decided, she has chosen to go to a free state unmasked and attend large gatherings where she is at risk of spreading the virus. So she either chose to lie and cause you harm by voting for mandates, or she honestly believes in the masking, in the importance of the masking, and chose not to do it in an act of malice in hopes to cause harm by spreading the disease. It cannot be otherwise. There are not options here.
So which one do you think it is? Do you think that she actually believes that it all works and that she ignored it because she is above us plebes, us proles? I'm sorry, let's use her language. Us proles. She believes she's better than us, or she doesn't. Which one do you think it is?
I'm not sure.
Because my guess is she doesn't actually believe it.
You know how you can't sit down with Vicini and try to trick him into drinking the poison because he's just so smart that he already knows what you figured out before you even started the conversation? AOC is that smart. She's so smart that it would never creep into her mind to begin with that the guy on the other side of the table may have intentionally built up an immunity to iocane powder.
Iocane. Boy, that scene reads different as an adult when I could rearrange the letters. Oh. Unemployed in Greenland.
I've spent the last several years building up an immunity to Bolivia's finest. I'm sorry, what was that?
Well, how do you think I learned to captain a pirate ship in just 5 years? I just skipped sleep. Oh, okay. But in all seriousness, though, if I had to guess, I'd say that she knows better. And let me say this very carefully. There are certain advantages that an authoritarian might be able to take if the world believed there was a pandemic that was going to kill us all. Because, for your own good. Right?
Is that a reference to Rahm Emanuel?
No, but yes. No, but I mean...
But totally.
Totally, yeah. Like, NyQuil tastes like shit, but sometimes it's the only thing that'll help you sleep. That's right.
It's always been the same flavor. Death fucking green. The Q was talking to me. The Q was talking to me. Woo. Okay, now we're laughing too hard, and we got to go to the somber note. Speaking of cocaine.
Apparently... Okay, Bob Saget died yesterday, okay, but apparently...
Damn.
Well, rip that Band-Aid off. We've only got a couple of minutes left.
By the way!
Yeah, look, you know what? I don't know if you ever saw the dude's stand-up. He was not.
I did.
Danny Tanner, he is not.
I also saw Half-Baked.
He would... he would actually appreciate tasteless jokes, I would think.
100%.
So you shouldn't make those jokes. It'd be like, did you ever see Bob Saget stand up? Talk about jokes you shouldn't make. I mean, funny, but jokes you shouldn't make.
Yeah, somebody came to him and said, we thought you'd be a great lead for this wholesome family TV comedy that we're putting on. And he said, hey, you sure you're not thinking of the other Bob Saget?
No, but apparently there was no evidence of foul play and no evidence of drug overdose in his hotel room.
Yeah, so the only reason I said speaking of cocaine is because of the half-baked routine, which I'm not going to quote here.
But it's funny. You're not addicted to weed.
Y'all go look that one up on your own.
That's as far
I will
as...
not say those words out loud on camera.
That's as far as it could go. And look, chat's pointing out that Bob Saget's not necessarily that nice of a guy. No, he wasn't. However, for people of a certain age, us, like, we grew up watching Bob Saget on TV. It is culturally relevant, and I am going to be interested to see what his final cause of death was, like, because 65, frankly, I mean, anything younger than about 75 in our country is young to pass. Like, Chris and I did life insurance.
Well, 74 is about the average.
Oh, my life insurance table said 78.
No.
Either way, if you don't crack...
It's been a while.
Either way, if you don't crack 70, that's actually pretty rare now. Stupid capitalism and private medicine and private farming and just all the profit motives. So, oh my God, Vegascoin.Vegas says Olsen twins are in my underwear. I'm just going to let that roll. That is a fantastic comment. So yeah, that's the Me More Monday, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to have to put a pin in it there. Y'all be safe out there. We're going to go ahead and wrap this one up, and we will see you tomorrow.